the question comes, can Muslim have a car? Yes. Can Muslim has a good house? Yes. Can Muslim has good titles and high rank? Yes. But
Don't put them
put them in the
your
heart.
Okay.
Just in your hand.
Okay.
This is like the dua of Imam Ghazali. Ya Allah, if you give me dunya, who else? Give me in my hand,
Okay.
not in my heart.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everybody.
Morning.
Kita bertemu kembali dengan Jajang Jahroni channel. I invite Profesor Sri Mulyati, Professor of Sufism ya,
Yeah.
in Faculty of Usuluddin of UIN Jakarta. Professor Sri Mulyati has been doing a lot of research about Sufism, especially TKN, Tarekat, Qadiriyah, and Naqshbandiyah. She herself is practicing Tarekat, right?
Yes.
Sejak kapan, Bu? Practicing Tarekat?
In the beginning of my research,
What year?
it's about 2001, I believe.
2001?
I believe.
20 years. It has been 20 years, yeah? You practicing
2001.
Tarekat.
While doing my research. Since I was
You
doing
fall
my
in love with
research.
Tarekat, huh?
If
really?
you want to say that.
Oh, yeah. So you did undergrad in here, Suluddin ya? Perbandingan agama. Then you did UMA in Montreal.
Miguel University.
Finish what year?
That was about 1992, 1993.
Okay, and then you did your PhD in Montreal too.
Yeah, because I went back to Indonesia to teach. Then when it came to registration for the doctorate program, then I applied.
You applied, and then you continue your study in Montreal.
Yeah.
And you finished your doctorate in
2002, 2003.
2003 ya?
Yeah.
It has been 20 years ya, almost 20.
About that.
19 years ya. Where you from, Bu Sri?
Originally, my parents, they are from East Java.
East Java? What city?
My grandmother, she was from Bangkalan, and my grandfather is from Kudus.
Kudus.
Yeah.
And you born in?
I was born in Jakarta.
Jakarta?
In Jakarta.
Okay. Then you spend your education in Jakarta?
In Jakarta altogether. Until I
you
finished my
you went to pesantren?
I just helped my husband by that time to continue educate children in the pesantren Darul Ulum Bojonegoro.
Darul Ulum Bojonegoro. You studied there?
I didn't study. I was helping to because it was established a long time ago by my father-in-law. We just continue to take good care of the pesantren.
Okay. So you basically doing research on Tarekat ya?
Yeah, by that time.
Until now?
Until now, my last research with our colleague from psychology faculty in relation to some of the maqamat, that how the psychology look at these terms. Maqamat from their own perspective, but not all, because maqamat itself is a lot. We just have the term, I believe it's only one, like the patient, being patient. Yeah. We were doing that kind of positive attitude by looking at how psychology approach look at this kind of attitude from their point of view. So I'm from Usuluddin, and the rest of the researchers are from psychology faculty.
So from Tarekat point of view, what is maqamat all about? Maqamat is like a situation, right? The position.
The spiritual station.
Yeah, the spiritual station.
Station,
Yeah.
yeah.
People usually differentiate between maqamat and hal.
Al-ahwal.
Al-ahwal.
Jama. Right,
Al-ahwal.
that's right.
Al-ahwal is
The psychological condition where this kind of situation is given by God, while maqamat, people do some efforts about that.
So
that is the
that's
difference.
different, yeah?
Yeah.
Al-ahwal is given. And al-maqamat is people doing
efforts done by people.
Okay.
But usually,
so not everybody experience al-ahwal.
No,
No,
because as far as I know, those people, they're not expecting. In fact, they just do it by themselves, and they like to do that. They love to do that, and then it's up to him, capital H, whether he's going to give the hal or not. So it's up to him.
Okay.
So we were trained to be sincere.
So you experience al-ahwal in your life?
Well, I cannot say that.
You can say that.
If I don't want to say, I do not want to say that.
Okay.
But
because it is a secret, yeah.
Some people
Very personal.
Some people say it's personal experience. It's not the same among people who do similar, stages. Because in English we say al-ahwal is spiritual stages. So similar stage does not appear same phenomena, from different people.
Okay, audience, Bu Sri Mulyati is explaining about two things in Sufism or in Tarekat, al-maqamat and al-ahwal. Al-maqamat is spiritual station where people are doing effort to achieve that.
To do that.
While al-ahwal is given by God.
They call it as spiritual stages.
Spiritual stages. Stages, yeah.
Yeah, Professor Haruna Sutyan say that also.
Okay, and it is very personal, yeah.
Usually, yes.
So people usually don't talk about the al-ahwal. Right?
Maybe some people want to say that, it's okay. But some people who do not want to say that, it's okay too.
Okay.
That's very personal.
Is that the condition where the Sufi say something very unusual, al-ahwal? No?
Not really, but to certain people who are in the highest stage, what they call as shatohat.
Shatahat, yeah.
Shatahat.
Shatahat.
Yeah, ordinary people will say as how do you say that? Shocking expressions.
Shocking expression.
Shocking expressions for ordinary people.
Okay.
Because
Shocking
when
expression.
when they heard about that, they were shocked. How come human beings say that? This is just an example.
And what's that? Is the expression like, for instance, saya Siti Jenar ya, saya Siti Jenar.
Siti Jenar.
When people come to him, look for him, no, there is no Siti Jenar here. I'm God, not Siti Jenar. Is it Shatahat?
Shatahat. Shatahat.
Very shocking, yeah.
Shocking for ordinary people.
For ordinary people.
Yeah, for those who understand, they understand that it is not his own original saying.
Original what?
Saying.
This is not his own original saying. Who's saying that?
Saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should understand he was by that time enlightened by God or inspired by God, just say like that. He himself, to some extent, was not fully aware of what he is saying because he is in that kind of situation. And it happened to many, big names of Sufism in the past. So wherever they are, when they come into that stage, in many cases they say Shatahat.
Shatahat.
Yeah.
So many great Muslim mystic, do Shatahat, right?
Yeah.
Ibn Arabi.
Exactly.
Al-Bustami, right?
Abu Yazid
al-Bustami, many things.
Al-Hallaj.
Al-Hallaj. Is it because it is an overwhelming experience with the presence of God?
That's true.
Overwhelming. As if God present in front of him or her. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I say that it is like someone who fall in love with woman or woman with man? Because of that kind of feeling, overwhelming feeling in their heart, so they're gonna be like saying, expressing the depth of their love, right?
Not really a comparison like that, because in one case, that big names of Sufis, they fall in love in God, which is not human beings. But on the other hand, the example or the comparison that you made, this is in between human beings. So it's not exactly the same.
It's not comparable, no?
Uncomparable.
Yeah, but the feeling is the same, right? Because of the overwhelming.
If you want to say that, you can say that, but in fact it's not.
It's not?
No.
Okay. It's very difficult, yeah? So,
yeah,
so we are talking about the Al-Ahwal and Al-Maqamat, two theories, yeah, in Sufism, yeah? It is very difficult to explain, but many great Sufi and Muslim mystic experience that kind of feeling. We call it Shatahat, ecstasy, right? In English, ecstasy. When you are
shocking
intoxicated.
expressions. Yeah, things like that.
When you get drunk, right? Drunk because of God.
I know.
Can I say that?
Yeah.
They are drunk.
expressions are many to say that kind of feeling, but it's not always the same meaning coming from different words. You understand?
Yeah.
Because this is a kind of experience that they wrote down in their kitabs and then becomes theory for the following people. That's the way it the how do you say that? Yeah, it's that as far as I know. So people when they read their experience, then becomes their theories. In fact, the writing of the people, of good people in the past, that was because of their experience.
Yeah.
So, and then people try to do that, and they do not achieve the same situation because the experience, the religious experience is unique. I believe you understand the term unique,
I understand.
right? Yeah. So it's very rich.
Okay. So when you experience satahat because an overwhelming feeling with the presence of God, you feel it, but you cannot say it with the other people, right?
I'm not saying that I am experiencing, as you said, Shatuhan. But I was reading the kitab saying that some people, they write down their own experience, but some they are not. That's why when we study Sufism, that is philosophical Sufism, there is practical Sufism. People who belong to practical Sufism, they do practice, but they don't come up with shatahat. While philosophical Sufism, some of them, they experience it and they write that down. And people know what is the saying of Abu Yazid al-Bustami, al-Hallaj, and many other big names of Sufism.
Okay. So from a social sciences point of view, that kind of knowledge is secret knowledge. You cannot share with everybody because you're gonna be misunderstood. Secret. That feeling is very personal and secret.
Secret is not for common people, but when they say among themselves, they share one to another. For example, they say, but some people who experience that feeling and they didn't write that down. So it's up to them because the religious experience is very much subjective. It's only for his own. If he likes to share by writing that down, like Rumi, for example, in his own poems, and some others, like in Ar-Risalatul Kushairiyah, the author Al-Kushairi, he didn't share his experience like this. Then at the end, the people who study Sufism, they estimate, or maybe Al-Kushairi does not belong to philosophical Sufism, but maybe it's wrong because he just doesn't want to share with others.
Okay.
So it's a lot of speculation also at the same time.
Okay. So Rumi poem, Masnawi Rumi, right? So is an expression of his closeness to God, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you say?
Yeah.
Okay. Very interesting.
Yeah. In philosophical Sufism, they they try to philosophize, the content of the Sufism from philosophical approach, while the practical Sufism, they just practice it. They don't come up with shatahat. No, they don't. Usually in Tarekat, for example, people more closely to practical one.
Okay, Busri, we talk about another thing, yeah?
Yeah.
So you said you are practicing Tarekat, yeah? What kind of Tarekat?
Since I told you in the beginning, it was a long story. While I was doing my master degree at McGill University, that was my first time to meet Sheikh Hisham Kabbani. He was coming here also on the other day, and Pa Azra also was there, and many people was there, and I met him, I think in 1991, and in 1992, well, he established a mosque in Montreal. They call it the Naqshbandi Sufi Center. I was, by the time, was not interested in Sufism, because I haven't studied it yet. I just like the way he spoke by the time, and his father-in-law coming from Cyprus, by that time he was still alive, came also to Montreal, and they rent maybe an ex-church to have people to meet there. Because a mosque is very small. The Naqshbandi Sufi Center. That was my first time encounter with Tarekat. And he was a Naqshbandi Sufi Sheikh by that time, Sheikh Hisham.
So you were impressed with the way he spoke?
Yeah, the way he spoke, and his murids from Montreal, that was very interesting when they talk about Sufism in 3 different languages. They spoke it in French, and in English, and in Arabic. So while I was listening to them, this is, the content is very good, and I like the language also by that time. Then I was, coming back to Indonesia and was teaching, and then I
so it was
read
the first time for you?
Yeah, I read the book of Harun Nasution. There is a story behind this book. What is the title? Perkembangan Tarekat Qadiriyah Naqsyabandiyah. That was edited by him.
By who?
Al-Maghfurlah, Professor Harun Nasution. I was interested in that book that was a gift. That book was a gift given by my professor while I was doing my master, because I have similar supervisor and also thesis advisor. So he was Professor Herman Landolt. He was one of the 5 experts in Islamic thought.
Herman
Landolt.
Landolt.
He was being our guest professor here in Jakarta and in Yogyakarta while I was doing my master. And he went to Aba Anom. He gave lecture in these universities, and he was given by Aba Anom that book. And when he came back to Montreal saying, "This is a gift for you," to me, he said that. Then, because I don't speak read bahasa. So maybe this is better for you.
Okay.
And it was a gift in the beginning. That's what I say along history. Then I because that book was edited by Professor Harun Nasution, that I was very carefully reading that book. Then it was at the end inspired me to write about Tekian of Suralaya for my dissertation a few years back.
Later.
A few years later after that. That was the story.
So you, for the first time, know something about Tarekat from
Hisham Kabbani
in Montreal.
in Montreal. His residence is in Michigan, and I have been there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've been to Michigan.
Yeah, it was 12 hours drive from Montreal to Michigan.
Then, when you decide to to practice Tarekat,
That was when I met Abah Hanam.
When?
2000.
2000?
No, 2001 to 2000, maybe 9 and 10. Between 2001 and before, because I was doing my research. Then I finished my study 2002. So just before that. Well, the first time I met Abah Hanum.
Okay. Do you have special reason to join the TKN?
As research, when the research going on, that was a very good if we can involve. So we can be insider at the same time, and a researcher is also an outsider. So that's what I had in mind by that time, that I really want to, interview him and talk with his people. And I also was given his manuscript of the Kitab Miftahus Sudur. So I was so happy, because by this approach, they of course they believe, they trust me that I'm doing the research and for the shi'ar also for them at the same time. They love to do that. They help me to open the library, give the manuscript from the secretary, private secretary of Abah Anam. And by that time, retired General Surya Atmaja, he was helping me in Pondok Pesantren Suryalaya.
Okay, so you joined the Tarekat because you want to be an insider.
Yeah, insider by that time for the purpose of the research.
Do you have another personal reason?
Yeah, because from reading the books, I found, oh my God, these are selected people. They have a very good heart, a pure, a clean heart. Because if they are not sincere in their heart, it cannot be reflected in their own saying and in their own, practical action in daily life. So I think, so I should say, Alhamdulillah, by reading the books, their books, so I trust them, because this is not ordinary, people, because they practice Iman, Islam, and Ihsan. This is the starting point for those who are interested in Sufism. So, an ta'budallah ka'annaka tarahu, fa illam takun tarahu fa innahu yaraka. So, this is a very philosophical understanding of knowing or being a good servant of God.
Okay. So you have that kind of feeling?
Yeah. فإنه يراك فإن لم تكن
Do you
تراه
have that kind of feeling that
فإنه يراك.
Yeah.
Yes, we have to
you have to have
to
that
train.
kind of feeling?
Yeah, to train ourselves to
Okay.
be that way.
Okay.
Yeah, in doing our worship to Allah.
Worship God as if He saw you.
As if
As if
كأنك yeah
As
تراه.
if saw you.
Yeah, and
As if karena kata as if you saw
him.
him.
If you cannot
If you cannot see
if you
him,
cannot see him, you have
He-
to understand that he always
see
sees
you.
you.
Okay.
So
Wow.
that is a kind of how do you say guidance, which is implicitly in ourselves to control. No, I don't want
So
to
it
do
is
that.
very important to have that God is always present
Yeah, in the heart.
around us, in the heart,
In the heart, especially.
in the heart.
Yeah, because that is the only place for that we can serve God sincerely.
Okay. Okay, Bu Sri. We want to talk about something else about TKN, yeah.
Yeah.
So you go to Suryalaya and Abah Anam was still alive, yeah.
Yes, that's
And
true.
you joined the TKN, and there are many things about TKN, right? It is very interesting, yeah. Al Inaba.
Yeah, and you know Sheikh Hisham and his father-in-law Sheikh Nazim went to Abahanam also while they were coming to Indonesia, because Sheikh Nazim was living
Nazim
in
Haqqani.
Cyprus.
Cyprus. They are from
Larnaca.
Cyprus.
He is from Cyprus,
His
while Sheikh
father-in-law.
Hisham,
From
his son-in-law from originally from
Syria,
Lebanon.
Lebanon.
He was a medical doctor and
Okay.
also studying Sharia
Okay.
in Sharia faculty.
Still alive, Syekh Hisham Kabani?
Sheikh Hisham, yes.
Still alive?
Yes, he is.
In Michigan, yeah?
In Michigan. If you're interested in knowing him, just to see how, during the summertime, American people who are interested in Islam come to Michigan.
Come to Michigan.
That's why
to visit.
Sheikh
Hisham
and to
Kabani.
study from him. It's like
And there are many American people who embrace Islam because
yeah,
of him.
yeah, from East Coast to West Coast during summertime.
Okay.
It was like over here, the Santran Kila.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
they came to see Sheikh for 2 weeks and then they went home. They bring all their children. That was very interesting. That's why I was going to Michigan with the people from the Naqshbandi Sufi Center.
So you regularly visit Michigan?
Twice.
Twice.
I was in
Canada.
Montreal.
Okay, Montreal.
But for
Driving from Montreal. Driving.
yeah, not me, my friend.
Okay.
Yeah, because the members of the mosque, many families. So one family with one child, and then I went there with my son by that time. But for their conference, I went to U.S. quite often,
Yeah.
but for Michigan only twice.
Never been to Michigan. I never been to Michigan.
Oh, okay.
Boston. I live in Boston, but I never been to Michigan.
I think it's not that far, yeah, from Boston to Michigan.
Yeah, maybe 10 hours driving.
10 hours. From Montreal, 12 hours.
Okay,
12 hours.
be safe. Yeah. Okay, can you tell me about the method and technique of the TKN? Right.
Yeah, okay.
You can tell us about Al Inaba, the practice, the method.
Okay. Al Inaba is very special. But before that, for new members, new murid, they are trained to, as the history of Qadiriyah goes back to Sheikh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani. Well, the history of Naqshbandiya goes back to Sheikh Bahauddin Naqshbandi. This is good people in 12th and 13th century. And that was Shaykh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani's tomb is located in Baghdad. Yesterday, I was just talking with an Iraqi from ambassador of Iraq, saying that the tomb is still kept after by the government. So it was still there. So in Qadiriyah, they have zikr, which is out loud, voiced zikr.
Okay.
Zikr jahar.
Yeah.
Well, in Naqshbandiya, they have silent zikr. As they say, as zikr khafi.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
they practice both.
TKN, loud zikr.
This is a hybrid.
Hybrid. Okay.
So out loud and silent.
And what do you recite during the zikr?
And the one who found this Tarekat is an Indonesian, Sheikh Ahmad Khatib Sambas.
Okay.
His kitab Fathul Arifin.
TKN, this one.
Yeah. Then
Sheikh Ahmad Khatib Sambas.
Yeah.
Sambas from
Sambas.
Kalimantan, West Kalimantan.
West Kalimantan, in the north of Pontianak. I was doing, after my dissertation was done and I finished all my study, then I do my postdoc research in Leiden University, finding out the manuscript of the Sheikh Sambas disciples. And this is based on the research of Professor Martin van Brunsen at the beginning. He said, Ibu Sri, why don't you come to Leiden University? We have thousands of manuscripts. Is it manuscript of Sheikh Sambas available there? I was asking him, yes, okay. If it was there, I will go there for my postdoc research. If it is not there, no, I don't want to go.
And the great Sheikh Sambas in West Kalimantan, in Sambas? Or?
Yeah, he was born in Kalimantan, Sambas, but he studied Islam and taught in Masjidil Haram. And you can read about him, about Sheikh Sambas, from the Snow Kerkronjes book, Mecca in the latter part of the 19th century.
Okay.
Because he met many ulama of Nusantara who studied in the Masjidil Haram and also became the teacher in the Masjidil Haram.
So can you tell us what do you recite during the zikr?
According to the regulation of Taqian, Qadiriyah, that was out loud zikr. The kalima at-tayyibah.
Kalimat tayyibah.
Tayyibah.
La ilaha illallah.
Yeah.
Muhammadur Rasulullah.
La ilaha illallah after every obligatory prayer. 165 times.
65.
165.
165 times.
And then in the element of Naqshbandiya is the silent dhikr. We have to remember Allah all the time within our heart. So silent dhikr is not recited. This is a kind of awareness because this is a very good guidance. The first theory comes from Syekh Bahauddin Naqshbandi, and also many other people by saying, in breath, out breath, it's always remember God. And it was also like the heartbeat.
The heartbeat.
The heartbeat never stop.
Never stop.
That what has to be done by people. Heartbeat. What happens if the beat of the heart stop? People die. Maybe his physical body is alive, but his heart is death.
Okay.
Because he didn't
zikir.
Connect.
Yeah.
Though in this time we are familiar with the word connect. So connecting with God, it is always to be done. It has to be done like
By
the beat of the heart.
Okay.
Like you breath in and breath out.
Okay.
Never stop. This is the theory. The theory. So Syekh Ahmad Khatib Sambas practice this coming from their own mursyid, and they spread out through Indonesian ulamas who studied in Mecca by that time, and then they brought back to Indonesia. And like from Syekh Sambas, and there is Syekh Tolha Cirebon, and then Abah Sepuh, then Abah Hanom. And to Jawa Tengah, Syekh Abdul Rahman, then Syekh Muslim bin Abdul Rahman, then his following, and to Jawa Timur is Java, that's in Darul Ulum Jombang, and also in Al Fitrah Surabaya. So they spread out throughout the country. Yeah, that was very interesting. People just try to do their best, and God will see and will, He always see whatever we do. Yeah.
So, in the silent zikir, we recite the same.
No, not recitation.
Okay, I mean.
That's one. It is called
the zikir.
Silent.
Yeah.
Remember.
Yeah.
Remember God.
Just remember.
Remember, like
in every beat.
Beat of the heart.
Beat of the heart.
Yeah.
Remember.
Beat of the heart, or breath in or breath
Inhale,
out.
exhale. Inhale, exhale. We keep remembering God.
Yeah, remembering God. So it's how you may say it controls people. Everything is from the heart. If the heart is good, so his attitude, his saying, and everything will be good. It reflected. That's why heart should be purified. Don't put, wealth in the heart.
Don't put what?
Wealth.
Wealth.
Don't put your titles in the heart. Don't put your dunya in the heart. Put Allah in the heart. The question comes, can Muslim have a car? Yes. Can Muslim has a good house? Yes. Can Muslim has good titles and high rank? Yes. But
don't put them
in the heart. Just in your hand. This is like the dua of Imam Ghazali. Ya Allah, if you give me dunya, wealth, give me in my hand, not in my heart. Because if you put something in your heart, it's like your God. Because you are trying to find it with
another
different ways.
Another orientation,
Yeah.
in your heart.
So heart should be purified. You see, this is the kitab of tasawwuf saying to us, if we study them very carefully.
And your activities as a practitioner of the Tarekat, are you a murid or already a mursyid?
No. There is no mursyid without
without what?
How do you say being mursyid should be initiated by the living sheikh. And this is a little problematic in Teki and Suryalaya because Abah Anom mentioned 3 names for maybe for administration
The deputy.
stuff. Yeah, deputy, things like that. But not
3 names. Just
yeah.
3 people.
3 people for administration of the pesantren
TKN.
because it was huge pesantren, but not for TKN specifically because I don't know what's the reason. That's what people say about the successor. The successor of the mursyid should be initiated by the mursyid himself.
By the living mursyid.
He has the authority, prerogative, rights to choose. It's like Abah Sepuh to Abah Anom. Abah Sepuh has many sons, but he chose Abah Anom to be his successor. So it's his own prerogative right. And then Abah Anom became...
So before he passed away, Abah Anom, did he elect deputies?
3 people.
3 people.
But
only 4?
But the understanding of people is just to
for management,
for administration. Purposes.
There is no real deputy.
No,
No?
Not yet being a mursyid, the candidate of mursyid. No, he didn't say that.
Okay.
Because, Suryalaya, administrationally speaking, is very good. Because they have SK for being Abah Anom's representative in different cities in Indonesia and also overseas. So they have the SK, So
So if somebody claims that he is the deputy of the TKN, he will be
deputy in terms of they call it Wakil Talqin.
Yeah, Wakil Talqin.
Wakil Talqin.
They have it.
They have it. They were given the SK from Abah
Wakil
Anom.
Talqin.
Yeah.
There are many Wakil Talqin.
Yeah, from different cities.
Okay.
Yeah, and also overseas.
But so far there is no mursyid.
Definitely not.
No.
No.
Which does it mean that there is no continuation of the TKN?
Of course, it is still continue, because that was guided by the Wakil Talqin everywhere. Okay. But in the case of when they have every 11, the date of 11 of Hijriah, they have
every 11?
Tanggal 11.
Tanggal 11 Hijriah.
Yeah, every month, today like Zulqa'dah, Zulhijjah, Muharram, Safar, etc. So the whole month, so every the date of 11, they have celebration, what they call it as Manaqib Syekh Abdul Qadir Al-Jilani.
In Suryalaya?
In Suryalaya and everywhere. Everywhere can choose the date. But in Suryalaya, since it becomes the center, so it should be in the 11th date of the month of
So you
Hijriah.
regularly
No,
hold?
I didn't. I didn't go there.
No. You here in Jakarta?
Sometimes. Because, this semester I teach 8 classes.
You busy with teaching?
Plus 3 classes from SPS.
Okay.
They don't let us,
So if you forget the zikr, how come?
No, the zikr should not be with the others. We can do it by ourselves.
Okay.
So
while you are teaching, you can still zikir.
Khafi, we can do that, but not jahar.
Busri, if somebody claim that he is the mursyid of Abah Anom, what do you think?
No, I don't think it's good attitude. Claiming
that's bullshit,
himself being
because there is no
a
so far there is no
a successor of Abah Anom.
There is
so
no deputy.
far, yeah, it's only deputy. Yeah, I know
There is
the
no
case.
deputy. Only wakil talqin.
Wakil talqin.
Okay.
I
That's clear ya?
Yeah.
The TKN ya?
Yeah.
Only wakil talqin.
Wakil talqin. I'm very.
Because Abah Anom will wasiat, he does not appoint.
He does not appoint certain.
Any mursyid.
No.
No.
No. No. 3 people for administration purposes, but the rest of the wakil talqin, they should take good care of the disciples wherever they live. Somebody in Garut, they take good care of the disciples in Garut, and also in Ciamis, and also everywhere else like that. Yeah.
I see. So you are wakil talqin?
No.
No?
No. No.
Why not?
No, I'm not chosen, and I don't want to be chosen. No, I don't want to be chosen.
It's just practitioner ya of the TKN. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
So if you are chosen to be wakil
no,
talqin,
no, 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 no.
you don't want to
No, 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 no.
because you are busy with teaching. Eh?
It's impossible.
You are professor teaching every day in postgraduate school.
But not in our new university.
What is the new university?
No, we talk about this later, not here, because
Okay.
it is going to be
Recorded, yeah.
recorded.
Yeah,
No. Okay, it's okay.
Can you say something for the audience, about?
we are closing, yeah?
Yeah, closing statement.
Okay. So, by now,
Yeah.
since my understanding and learning from the beginning of Sufism, it was happening overseas, so I was interested in studying this subject and also in teaching. I see the good people, these good people, they tried very hard to, starting from, like, they have, takhalli. They try to empty themselves from bad things, even saying, acting, or something in the heart. And then they have the second stage after takhalli, then tahalli. Tahalli means you try to do your best to do good things, to have good attitude. It's, as far as you can. And then inshallah we have tajalli, the manifestation, the help from God. Although other people do not want to help you, we have Allah who is going to help us in many different cases. So we have to trust in Him alone.
Okay, takhalli, emptying the bad thing. Tahalli is
to fill in with good attitude.
Okay.
And then tajalli. Inshallah we are going to have help, assistance.
Tajalli is the presence of God in your heart.
Yeah, so inshallah.
So in what stage you are now?
No. We never said that, and I don't think because I know I have to do dhikr like this, but maybe I'm not that consistent since I don't have much time. Of course, everyone should do their best. Allah knows.
Okay, yeah. So that's
my conclusion, closing statement.
Okay.
We have to do our best in good thing.
Don't forget, listener, takhalli, emptying the bad thing in our deed, in our saying, in our heart. And then the second is tahalli. Tahalli is to fill in the good thing in our deed, in our saying, in our
Heart.
And then the last one is tajalli. Tajalli is the manifestation or the presence of God in our heart. That's the last stage. This practice, yeah? Long practice.
Yeah.
Okay.
But very important is the pure heart.
The pure heart.
You just have to be kind to different people,
Okay.
whoever they are. This is the humanity of Islamic teachings.
Okay.
Whoever they are,
Okay.
Muslims, non-Muslims, poor, rich,
Okay.
people with high rank, or just ordinary people. They are just the same.
Yeah.
Inna akramakum indallahi
atqakum.
atqakum.
Okay. Thank you very much,
You're
Ibu Sri,
welcome.
for your time and for the discussion. It's very interesting. We hope that this discussion will give some benefit, yeah, for our listeners.
Inshallah, I hope also.
Ya. Demikianlah para saudara-saudara sekalian, dear listener, this is the Jajang Jahroni channel. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and comment this channel. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.